Hi, today's book is Corduroy by Don Freeman, and it's story and pictures by Don Freeman. Corduroy is a toy bear who once lived in the toy department of a large store. Day after day, he waited with all the other toys for somebody to come along and take him home. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. Then one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight in his eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost a button on one of his shoulder straps." See, he's missing a button on his shoulder strap. Can you see that? Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go and see if I can find it." Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed carefully down from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. See him climbing down? And there he is, looking. Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator. And up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. And there he is on the escalator. He stepped off the escalator as he reached the next floor, and there before his eyes was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," he said. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." He wandered around, admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled into a large, thick mattress. All at once he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried, and he tried to pick it up, but like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. He yanked and he pulled with both of his paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy flew. Bang! Into the tall floor lamp, and it fell with a crash. Look, he's pulled the button and he's flying off the bed and he hits the lamp, and onto the floor they go. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was somebody else awake in the store. The night watchman was going around doing his rounds on the floor above. When he heard the crash, he came dashing down the escalator. See the night watchman with his flashlight? He is on the lookout. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here." Because see, he saw the light tipped over. He flashed his light over and under and around sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw two fuzzy brown ears. They were sticking up from under the cover. "Hello," he said. "How did you get up here?" The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with all the other toys and dolls. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning, and there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he'd seen only the day before. "I'm Lisa," she said, "and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I'd saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said that I could bring you home." "Shall I put him in a box for you?" the saleslady asked. "Oh, no, thank you," said Lisa as she carried Corduroy home in her arms. She ran all the way up the 4 flights of stairs to her house, into her family's apartment, and straight away into her room. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like the enormous palace at the department store. "This must be a home," said Corduroy. "I know I've always wanted a home." Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. "I like you the way you are," she said, "but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fixed." "You must be a friend," said Corduroy. "I've always wanted a friend." "Me too," said Lisa, and the little girl gave him a big, big hug. And that is the end of Corduroy's story. That is one of my favorite books. I hope you enjoyed it. I love you. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see each other soon. Mwah.